Okay, so the first session, we're going to talk about structure of the defense. Okay, Coach, go ahead. All right, first of all, this is our defensive philosophy. Now, when I came to Emmett, they were really, really bad on defense. Okay, they were giving up 51 points a game. Over time, we've made a tremendous amount of progress. This year, I was really proud of them. We actually gave up 17.2, I think, points per game. We were the number 1 ranked defense in the league. And obviously, as our defense has improved, we've started winning more and more games. Okay? I guess you could say, offensive guy. I don't really view it that way. I sell books on offense. I sell systems on offense. I get that. But to me, there is no, I'm a defensive guy, I'm an offensive guy. If you're a head coach, you better be able to call both sides of the ball. And the guy that taught me to coach, really, I can remember him telling me that. He's like, Rich, here's the deal. At some point, a guy's going to get fired, a guy's going to get sick, a guy's going to have family problems, and all of a sudden, he's going to walk in and go, I can't coach. What are you going to do? You better be able to call both sides. Well, obviously, I call the offense. That's not a problem. Over the years, I've taught myself to be able to call the defense. Now, the issue comes with our DC, super smart guy, very cerebral. He has a certain way he likes to call it. I don't like it because it's got a lot of moving parts, but it works. Our kids get it, our coaches get it, they work well together, so I basically just go over there and piss them off by trying to simplify things, right? And sometimes they just have to tell me to shut up and get out of the room because I do tinker with it a little too much. But these are our base philosophical thoughts. We have to be the most physical. We tell our kids, football is the last frontier of people being allowed to be violent legally. And you better embrace it. Because if you don't, you're not going to be good on defense. I hear people trying to do all this feng shui, I live in 2022 version of defense. No, I have to physically dominate you. I have to break you down. And if I'm not willing to do that and I'm not willing to coach that way, then you're going to give up points. And I would say this, the days, and I can't believe it happened, we never in a million years thought we'd give up 17 points a game because we tell our kids all the time, the days of giving up 21 points is over. Offense rules the show now. We were very, very fortunate. Our kids played really hard. We did some good things. It used to be when I learned defense, it was, we're going to try to hold people to 2 scores and 100 yards. Oh, my God, no. You hold somebody to 100 yards rushing, you better break some legs because they're going to find ways to get 100 yards. Okay, it used to be, we're going to hold that quarterback to 150 passing. That's never going to happen. If they want to throw the ball, they're throwing for 200, just done. Most of them are going to throw for 300 if they want. We tell our kids what the opposition's allowed to do. We will tell them, these guys are allowed to throw for 250 yards. We do not care, but they're not running the ball. Or vice versa. We're going to let them run the ball. We had a team a couple of years ago, and our kids were freaking out. They had 4 dudes that could go get it. They had no commitment to running the ball. So we said we are going to kill the run. In the embryo is what we say. Before it can even grow up, we're going to end the run. They rushed for 52 yards that night. Now they threw for 280. He scored 21 points and we beat them. Okay? Because we're going to make you play left-handed. Okay? Then we talk about being the most prepared. Our kids have to know what your DNA is. We talk about that all the time. What is the DNA of this team? Do they spread to run? Do they spread to throw? Is the quarterback going to beat you with his legs? Is he trying to beat you with his arm? Who's their guy? Who do we want to funnel the ball to? Who's the receiver that's not very good? He's probably the superintendent's son, right? He's out there because somebody owes somebody a favor. He ain't no good. He's just out there eating sandwiches. Make him catch the ball, right? Don't let the dude have it because he's probably a dude for a reason. Deny him the ball. Now, there's other weeks we'll say, hey, the dude is a dude and we can't stop the dude. But the second, third, and fourth guy are pretty freaking good too. So let's take them away and see how much of a dude-like night the dude's going to have, right? It all depends on how you want to play it. But our kids are hyper-prepared. Our kids know what you're going to try to do to them. We're going to be prepared for everything you do. But we don't worry about things we don't need to worry about. We don't attack walled cities. We know there's certain things you're going to get away with, and it's just going to work, and there's not much we can do about it. And that's okay. We're going to live with that. Our first priority is to stop the run. We fundamentally do not think the game has changed at all, ever. We think the game is exactly what the game has always been. You have to run the ball and stop the run. Now, everything in media and everything at coaching clinics, they're going to try to tell you that's not true. Oh, no, we're going to spread it out. We're going to throw it. That's true. You can spread it out, and you can air raid it around, and you can throw for 500 yards, and you will win games. Tell me how many championships those teams have. Because I live in the northern half of the United States. You live in Canada. Sooner or later, the weather's not your friend. When I was in South Carolina, the spread teams had a lot more success because the weather stayed better longer. In Idaho, the weather is bad, and it's bad half the season. It rains, followed by snow, followed by more rain, followed by cold, mist, fog. So you got to be able to run the ball, and you got to stop the run. Now, there are teams that win the state title. The team that beat us in the state championship 2 years ago, they were in the spread every snap. We forced 5 turnovers. We did not turn the ball over, and they beat us by 21. Their outside receiver got offered by Iowa State this morning. He's got 17 Division I offers. I'm not sure if Jesus Christ could cover him. Okay, I mean, he's just that guy. I mean, we could put 7 on him, and you can't cover him. He's a dude. And the problem was when we tried to take him away, the other guy, he was a dude. And then we tried to take him away, and the tight end was a dude. And the running back was a dude. And the quarterback threw 3 interceptions, and he was like, hey, let's see if I can throw 4. Come on. He didn't care. Their offense is predicated on scoring the football. And they do not care about turnovers because they have people everywhere. They just want points. And to be quite honest, they earned it. They were better than us. And they're probably going to win it again this year. Okay? So at some point, you just got to say it is what it is. Now, we did stop the run. We made them throw the ball. The problem is they all damn caught it. And that was an issue. But we have done really well. We're undefeated against air raid teams the last 2 years. We've beat every air raid team we've played, partially because we understand what it is and what it's not. The second priority is to take away the deep pass. I took my whole staff. I take my staff every year to a college, all expenses paid, basically. I take them somewhere, and I let them clinic, and I let them socialize, and we do lots of work on developing our practice schedule and all that. I took them to the University of Iowa last year. And Iowa starts out the presentation, they go, our goal on defense is no explosive plays given up. None. We give up no 20-yard plays. And we're like, okay, now let's talk scheme. They're like, we just did. We're in the 4-3, we play quarters, and we don't give up big plays. Now, they do some really cool line stunt stuff. I mean, some really cool stuff we got. But fundamentally, they just don't give up big plays. And I'm like, I'm asking questions, and they're like, hey, you play Ohio State, and you're Iowa, you better damn hang on. Because Ohio State's not trying to get 4 yards. They're going for haymaker, haymaker, haymaker. They got players, right? I mean, they got Olympic players out there. They're going for broke. You got to deny it, and you got to make them be patient and eat up time and make them eat up plays. Well, Iowa's beat them, 3 times, I think, the last few years. They've done really well with them. So we take away the deep ball. We're going to give you the routes that we think you can't win with. And then we're going to dare you to throw them all night long. And the dumbest guy on every football field is the OC. I know that because I'm one of them. Right? We had a game one night. We completed 15 hitches to the boundary. And of course, what do? Eventually, we throw a post and throw an interception. Right? Just, oh my God, we just can't keep throwing hitches. Yeah, you can. And we don't. Right? Quarterbacks are greedy. Play callers are greedy. Okay? So we're going to take away the run. We're going to take away your shot plays. And then we're going to make you throw controlled passes down the field. OCs don't want to be patient. And if the head coach is a former OC, he's needling them to score. And if he's a DC, he hates the fact they threw the ball to begin with. So there's that dynamic you have to play to a little bit. Then number 5, no matter what the situation, make 3 plays and get off the field. I don't know how many times I hear my DC say that. We fumble, which by the way, we don't. We've lost 2 fumbles in 2 years. Okay? We've only had 9 turnovers in 2 years, total. Okay, so we don't turn the ball, and we are pathologically crazy about ball security. We don't turn it over, but we turn you over, okay? If we turn the ball over, our DC will get the kids together, and he's like, hey, make 3 plays, get off the field. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the score. Doesn't matter field position. Nothing matters. You have to make 3 plays. You make 3 plays, they got to give us the ball back. If we have the ball, we win more often. Make 3 plays, get off the field. Okay, sounds kind of simple, but that's kind of what we're trying to do. Go ahead. Odd structure. We consider ourselves a base 3-4 defense. We come out of the 3-4 first. My DC is a 3-4 guy. He is an odd guy. He is a Pittsburgh Steelers odd guy. I am 4-2-5 with a mortgage and a very nice lawnmower type guy. He is reckless. Let's go get him. Okay? I'm not. I like the 4-2-5 because I'm like, hey, you line up in that gap right there and don't let him run in that gap. Because I know, this is my opinion, defensive players do asinine things. Hey, stick to the A gap. Why are you in the C gap, son? I'm looking right here. You're in the C gap. Well, I thought I could make a play. Yeah, you did, for them. That's why he's running 37 yards down there. They all want to be heroes. So I like the 4-2-5 because it's safe, it's simple, it's structured. He likes the 3-4 because he wants to come out there and force negative plays. So what are we? A hybrid. We're a 3-4, 4-2-5 team. We even get in the 3-3 stack some. We'll do that.
So how much of that changes based on personality each year?
We're going to always install the odd. Done. Because that's his baby. So we're going to install that in spring, and it's going to be in. And then I spend the rest of the spring bitching about getting into a 4-man front. And the more we can get in it, the happier I am. Now, last year, you'll see a lot of odd because we were little up front. And the guys that we were developing were still young. This year, so we don't say we're in a 4-man front. We have a joker backer that's our weekend, and then 3 down linemen. My 3 down linemen will all bench over 300 pounds and all squat over 525. They all power clean over 250. So by God, we're going to be in a 4-man front. Right? And I tell them all the time. They're like, Coach, God damn, why are we lifting all this weight? I'm like, because we're going to be in a 4-man front, come hell or high water. Right? They are absolute monsters in the weight room. Now, one of them's 197 pounds. You think about what a 197-pound 17-year-old looks like that squats 535 and cleans 275. I mean, it looks like he swallowed watermelons on every extremity, right? He can stick gaps. He can take on double teams, but he's an athletic rascal, right? He can get in and out of things. So we like, as Coach and I were talking about, we like hybrid players. We like our D lineman to be able to play DN. We like our outside linebacker to play safety. We like our safeties to play overhang. Fundamentally, defense is about setting edges. If you can set an edge, you can determine where the ball goes. If you can't set an edge, the ball goes wherever it wants. Why do we run RPOs and why do we mix zone and gap? Because we violate your edge players. We take away your edge players' ability to be edge players. On defense, we set edges in different ways, as many different ways as we can. So we base from a 3-4 structure. That's our pressure package. We don't blitz as much from the 40. We do a little bit. We blitz a lot. Now I shouldn't say, well, our DC says we're blitzing when we bring a 5th guy. So any 5th rusher is a blitz to him. We like to get line stunt pressure on you. We like to steal gaps. We call it canceling gaps. And I can show you afterwards if you want to sit and talk. I'll show you some ways Iowa showed us to cancel out gaps. It's really pretty groovy stuff.
Hey, I got a question of just curiosity. It's
Yep.
not directly related. It's not apples to apples because you're in the U.S. where you're hiring staff, and we're in northern Canada where...
You'd be shocked at how hard it is to find coaches in the U.S.
So anyways, my question though is, why did you hire a DC who philosophically was just totally different than you?
Great question. I like it. You want to know the honest answer?
Yeah, I do.
Because there ain't that many coaches who know what the hell they're doing in the States either. And so you either hire a guy that runs what you want, who's incompetent, or you hire a guy that's not maybe philosophically exactly what you want, but he's damn good at his job. My DC, he is damn good at his job. I mean, damn good. So what do you want to live with? You want to live with a guy that's not very good? Or you want to live with a guy that you got to argue with every 3 days, but he's damn good at what he does? I'd rather argue. Right? Hire the best talent you can find and then win a lot of arguments. And honestly, I've won the ones I wanted because he was a straight zone drop guy. I'm a man match guy. And I won that fight. We are man matching everything now. So therefore, he gets to win more of the front conversations. But remember, I believe in head coach's prerogative. And he and I have had that clear-cut understanding. I said, you run the defense until you piss me off. And then it is my prerogative to yell at you and make you stop and change things. And he understands that. There's times where he's like, hey, I don't know if we can pressure here. I don't care. Bring pressure. I've had enough of watching them. Checkers or wreckers, man. Either they're going to score or we're going to score, but I've had enough. It's on me. Bring the pressure. Well, now it's not his problem, right? That's chain of command. But that's an awesome question. I've never been asked that. Hire the best coach you can find. Don't get hung up in scheme. Because guess what? He coaches the 3-4 better than anybody I've ever seen. And he's made me, this is an interesting point, I've always been a 4-2-5, 4-3 guy. Now I find myself with cocktail napkins drawing up all kinds of 3-4 pressure. Because I'm like, well, damn, that was pretty cool. I haven't seen that one in a while. So he's made me more 3-4, and I've made him more 4-2-5. Because I caught him the other day telling somebody, he's like, damn it, we're always sticking the wrong gap. Sometimes it's just better to get in the 4-2-5. I'm like, right? Hey, there you go. He's like, you're an asshole. Move on, right? He doesn't want to admit it, and I don't want to admit the 3-4 is better sometimes. But now we've got a good defense, right? I think arguing is healthy. I really do. I don't think yes-man conversations make good staffs. I think you got to have strife.